Didn't see you there. So today we're going to talk about step 7 of the wholesaling process. This is Crushing REI, crushingrei.com. If you've been following, we've been doing a 10-step series, and we've been outlining every step along the way. So today is a very important step. It is the inspection period. It's a step where a lot of wholesalers make a lot of mistakes, especially when having those conversations with the seller before getting the deal under contract. So when we're talking about the inspection period, what exactly do we mean? Because it could sound a little bit misleading. Oftentimes, inspection periods are for contractors and professionals to go into a house, to make sure that everything checks out, right? The roof, the furnace, the water heater, the foundation, they want to make sure it's structurally sound. Well, what wholesalers and house flippers use the inspection period for oftentimes is to get their partner buyers into the house to verify whether or not it's a good deal. However, we are still inspecting the property. It's really, the way I look at it is we're getting a second opinion on that property, before we go ahead and agree to purchase the property. So typically wholesalers will have a 10 or a 15-day inspection period. That is most common. And again, this is just our opportunity to do our due diligence and to bring our partner buyers through the house. Now, there's really two schools of thought on this, on the inspection period. And wow, this is really in there. There we go. So I'm going to go over both, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. So first school of thought is, and this is the way that I think most wholesalers approach it, because this is usually what's taught, is that we are going to go in and we are going to buy the house. Now, even my website, I do a lot of marketing. My tagline is we buy houses, right? I'm going to buy the house. I'm the investor. I'm the home buyer. And so we go in and we meet with the seller, and we lead with that we are going to buy the house. There's the ice. Thank you. That we are going to buy the house. We are going to close the deal. And I like that approach initially. I think that's what you need to start with. And then once you see the house and you talk to the seller and you negotiate a deal, at that point, I think is where you start to be a little bit more transparent about your process. And really, it depends on the deal. I think that is the single most important thing. Now, if you have a slam dunk deal, and what I mean by slam dunk deal is, you can put this thing under contract for $100,000. It's probably worth $150,000 in the market, and you can get a buyer to pay you maybe $130,000, $140,000. And you know that you ran the comps, you ran your numbers, you are very confident in those numbers. If you have a deal like that, by all means, say you're going to buy this house, say that, we're going to close the deal. We do have an inspection period, so we can get our contractors and partners through the house. However, we'll move forward with the purchase after that, right? So if you have a good deal, that's fine. Now, on the flip side, and this is especially true in today's market, we are entering a market slowdown here, and we're all feeling the effects of it. If you're in real estate, you know what I'm talking about. And so what we've been doing is we've been a lot more transparent, because the reality is we're not able to move every deal. We're struggling to move deals, and we have a massive buyers list. So that just goes to show you, the type of market conditions that we're facing right now. So what we're doing, if we don't get a great deal on the property, maybe it's a good deal, or maybe it's a so-so deal, we're not really sure, right? So we're being a lot more transparent. We're saying, hey, look, we represent a large group of investors. We are the marketing people. We do all the marketing. We meet with the sellers. We negotiate the deals. But then we bring in our partner buyers. You can call them partners. You can call them partner buyers. You can say we represent a large group of investors. And ultimately, they're the ones who are going to do the inspection, and they're going to double check to make sure our numbers look good. We might have a contractor come through, double check, make sure our quotes from our contractors look good. If that all checks out, we'll move forward with the purchase. Now, when I first started, I was worried about that and being more transparent with sellers. I thought that they were not going to take me seriously, and they weren't going to want to work with me. What I later found out is that the seller really doesn't care who's going to buy the house, whether that's you, your partner, a different LLC, doesn't matter. As long as you get the deal done, and as long as you were transparent about the process, right? So they know that there is a possibility that the deal might fall through. So you do want to plant that seed, but you also want to make sure that you give them the confidence that, hey, we're going to get this done for you, right? So those are really the two schools of thought. And again, I say it all depends on the deal, right? I think if you got a slam dunk deal, you can be confident. You can say, hey, I'm going to buy the house. We're going to close this deal. We're going to get it done for you. On the flip side, if you don't have as good of a deal, or you're in a market like we're in now, then I definitely think that you need to be more transparent. And there's deals now, I'm telling you, we have deals that we work with that might be more of a retail deal that should probably be listed with an agent, but for whatever reason, these sellers, they don't want to work with an agent. So we've actually been finding retail buyers for deals, and that's a whole other strategy called novation. I will do another video about novation and talk a little bit more about that soon. But again, that is step 7. It is a critical step. It's where a lot of people make mistakes. What you don't want to do is, put something under contract at a price that's too high, and then promise the seller you're going to close the deal, and then before you know it, it backfires on you. So just want to get this in there like that. Anyway, for more on wholesaling real estate, check out my website, crushing.com. I'm also going to write a blog post about the inspection period and go into a little bit more detail about what we cover. But that's pretty much it. Cheers.